This movie has Shannon Whirry playing two characters. She's twins. For you math geeks out there, 2 Shannon Whirrys means 4 Shannon Whirrys. Welcome to Exploitation Reviews, and me, Rob, and today I'm taking a look at Mirror Images 2 from 1993, starring Shannon Whirry. She wasn't in Part 1, so I'm skipping it. I have standards. So, let's see what happens in Part 2. We open on Shannon Whirry reading from a diary. Sounds like they're entries from a first love. And then the boy mentioned in the diary calls. He wants to come over. Shannon takes a shower to prepare, and no, I can't show you that. But I can show you this picture I took of a ladder going down into Lake Michigan. Go down and things will get wet. The boy shows up and they do things I can't show you on YouTube, and then, wait, what's this? Another Shannon Whirry? Did the writer of this movie read fantasies out of my diary? Anyway, some plot stuff happens and then it's 10 years later. The good Shannon is talking to a therapist and explains she hasn't seen her twin since that night. We also learn that she is sensitive about being called frigid. And then we learn that her husband is a cop who likes to spend time with professional women of the night. I can't show you any of that activity, of course, but I can show you this picture I took of pink apartment buildings. It's nice to come home from work and get inside something pink. So, 15 minutes into the movie, and we've had 1 Shannon Whirry shower scene, 1 Shannon Whirry bedroom scene, 1 professional woman of the night hotel scene. That's a strong 15 minutes. But 15 minutes, that's just warming up. We can do better. Back with good Shannon, she tries on a dress and gets into an argument with her husband. One thing that comes out during the argument is their bedroom life is non-existent. Maybe that's why he hangs out at that hotel. Good Shannon talks to her therapist again, and it turns out she isn't frigid at all. She's hot for the touch of a woman. Naturally, I can't show you that. But I can show you this picture I took of a skull in a pot. As is often the case, the top part is the largest part of the bone. Getting hot and heavy with a therapist? Oh boy, do they look heavy. This whole thing awakens the good Shannon, and when she goes back home, she seduces her maid's husband. So maybe she's no longer the good Shannon. Or maybe she is, because shortly after this, the bad Shannon shows up and reveals her plan to kill good Shannon so she can be the one who has access to all that inheritance money. And she wants good Shannon's husband to help carry out this plan. How's all this supposed to work? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. The bad Shannon is supposed to be dead already, so if she kills the good Shannon, she could just slip into that life and have access to all that money and just take over her identity. Easy peasy. But the good Shannon has hired a private detective to follow around her husband. She wants to divorce him, and following him around, this private detective sees hubby with Shannon. He doesn't know it's the twin. And then when he talks to the good Shannon about this, she becomes confused by his comments, and she looks into it and discovers that her twin is very much alive. She's working as a professional woman of the night. And no, I can't show you what good Shannon sees bad Shannon do, but I can show you this picture I took of a scooter. No, it's not mine. I don't ride scooters. So, who will prevail? Good Shannon? Bad Shannon? That's enough out of me as far as plot goes. Let's talk some highlights. Well, this is an erotic thriller starring Shannon Whirry, so there's really only one reason to watch this. Well, I guess technically there are 2 reasons, but still, you know what to expect. And both of these reasons make numerous appearances, sometimes in a shower, sometimes being fondled by a man, sometimes being caressed by a woman, and sometimes hanging over a bed frame. It's hard to decide which of these appearances is the best. There's kind of something for everyone. Or at least everyone interested in those 2 reasons, which I think is most of the people that watch my show. And Shannon Whirry isn't even the only woman in this movie. There are 2 others well worth checking out, including adult film star PJ Sparxx. And her scene with Shannon is... And beyond Shannon and her partners, the story here is actually pretty good, at least for a movie like this. I mean, twin Shannon Whirrys, one good, one bad. Why did it take so long for someone to come up with that idea? And finally, there are some entertaining and cheesy bits of dialogue, so when the people are talking with their clothes on, there's still good reason to pay attention. But I wouldn't say the movie is perfect. Like a therapist getting unethical with a patient, this film has some shortcomings. Well, we all know what kind of movie this is, and if you're looking for a movie like this, you could do a lot worse. My only real complaint is this movie, like many erotic thrillers from the 90s, is kind of dark. Not in terms of content, in terms of lighting. I know they were going for that film noir thing, but that's not exactly my thing. I prefer my erotic scenes to be bright and well lit and maybe a little colorful. I wonder if that's because I grew up on the beach. I don't know. Maybe I should ask a therapist. Regardless, this film does have some bright and well-lit scenes, including one which is even outdoors, which is quite nice, but there are some other ones which are a bit on the dark side. But this is just a really specific personal preference, and I wouldn't really count that against the film. Overall, this might actually be the best Shannon Whirry film. It's got a better story than Animal Instincts, it's better photographed than Body of Influence. Her character, or in this case characters, are more entertaining and more likable than the character she played in Animal Instincts 2, so yeah. If you want to check out at least one of these Shannon Whirry films, make it this one.